On today's episode of Bet Bath and Beyond, we're going to talk about free agency in the NFL.
Yes, free agency. Free agency.
That's it.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that when you started with free, but I guess no.
No, I mean, it's just,
I see your background is just darkness. It's just
yeah.
black. It looks like you're in deep space.
I've been watching a lot of space movies.
Is that really what you're going for? You're going for a space theme?
No, not at all. I just did not pick a background this time. Roll it.
3, 2, 1, go.
I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann, and I hate sports betting.
No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Stalin, Putin, Hitler, go.
God. Well, to be fair with
Robbie did not like that at all, dude. I wish, you know what we need to do is we need a camera on Robbie whenever I make just an inappropriate joke and just show Robbie's face, because I swear I do it every episode and I look over and his face does not crack once. It's like, what the who are you people?
It's so
what have I
funny
gotten
because
myself into?
sometimes, like, you can definitely tell when Robbie's paying attention to, like, the podcast, or like when then there's the other times where he's working on the podcast but not giving a fuck like what we say. So he's just like intently doing whatever he needs to do. But okay, so we're gonna talk about free agency because there's no other sports news in the world at all. I think
No.
we did the rundown at the beginning of the show before we started. We talked about a couple of things. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel. But free agency starts, I want to say March 14th, but it starts very shortly. And there are a lot of free stuff going on. And we're going to start.
Okay. Okay, great. Quarterbacks.
And
I see you're typing in the spreadsheet that we all share, and you typed in Aaron Rodgers at the very top, and you even highlighted his name at the very top. Now, Andrew, did you see Aaron Rodgers' fake farewell post?
yeah, that was really weird because he also, okay, so like there were a couple pictures in it, kind of like thanks for the memories type vibes. That's really what he's going for. Right?
Thanks for the memory. Thanks for
We're gonna get
even though
struck
they're
down
not
on
so
YouTube.
good, but taste like you, but sweeter.
So, what were you saying? You were going somewhere with that.
I was singing Fall Out Boy.
No,
Well,
way before.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so he does like a fake farewell post, and it kind of seems like he's leaving Green Bay, but I guess he's not because no news has come out. And honestly, I think he's just gonna stay there for the rest of his career, maybe even the rest of his life. He might just settle down in Green Bay. He will retire maybe in a few years as a Green Bay Packer. Have his number retired, be in a little Ring of Fame at this.
I mean, he'll get his
the
number
stadium.
retired no matter, even if he leaves. No way.
For sure, Andrew, for sure. And then I kind of just see him kind of going out into the wilderness of Wisconsin, just going to northern Wisconsin and just kind of living in the wilderness, in the woods, kind of like near the Canada border, and just living out the rest of his days as a remote axeman in the woods where he can do weird fucking
Or he cannot win Super Bowls.
and he and he can do like his bloodletting, like the weird Western medicine that Shailene Woodley, rest in peace, their relationship. Mwah.
They
Rest in
seem
peace, they're no
like
longer
they're on
together.
good terms. So I
I
don't know
don't
them.
see how you end a relationship with Shailene Woodley on bad terms because she seems like a woman who probably believes in the spiritualness of the universe, how we're all
Crystals.
connected. We're all just that was Danica Patrick.
That's
But Shailene Woodley kind of probably takes it a step further, and she probably helps him put butter up his asshole.
why
Like
not?
all these weird. He does that. Like he does like these weird.
What's really funny
off-season
is
spa things. These, I don't even know what you.
5 years ago. What are you saying about Aaron Rodgers? Like what are the
Doesn't like his family.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't like his family.
He
A
has
little
he has daddy
underappreciated.
issues.
Yeah, like he's a little underappreciated, a very good quarterback. And this was the time where everyone's like, Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah, he doesn't have the
They were
rings.
dude, they
No,
were
I know. But like
stuck
it's
in his pee all
so
D.
now though, like now you give that man a microphone in 10 minutes with Pat McAfee and he goes off the deep end. Like he doesn't have any fucking idea how to
He's a
handle himself.
he's a fucking weirdo.
And
He's
it's
someone that I don't think could handle. I mean, I don't think he can handle being the top of the food chain.
yeah,
He just seems like he does weird shit. Doesn't you know wishy washy stuff. I want to leave Green Bay. No, I don't want to leave
you
Green
know,
Bay. I want to marry you, Shailene. No, I don't want to marry you, Shailene. I want to put butter up my asshole. I'm gonna put butter up my asshole. Like
Aaron
he
Rodgers notoriously has very, very few interceptions, right? And
okay.
I have to. Well, here's the thing.
Is that because of the butter up the asshole? Is that because
No,
he has
I mean,
butter up
listen,
the asshole?
I'm just thinking out loud here. As like, everyone says that he's extremely efficient. Everyone says that that's part of the charm of what Aaron Rodgers. That's why he's so great. But at a point, I think I would like to have him go through a season where he is a little more reckless. He does throw 12 interceptions, 13 interceptions, normal average league average, and I get to see him really try to put the ball in a spot where only his guys can get it, where he can maybe get that 55 touchdown season because he's risky. And I want to see him if he can actually even do it. Because if he can't, I guess that's not the end of the world. But that does tell me a lot about him as a player. I don't understand why. I don't understand why he gets the pass. I've seen him make really just shit through his career where everyone else is like, that's a check down, but whatever. Because it's Aaron Rodgers at the end of the season, his stat line looks pretty dang good. No one ever calls him. I want a season where where I get to watch him absolutely. I think he'll
I don't even know what you're asking. Are you just saying I want Aaron Rodgers to have a really really amazing
no,
season
no, no,
where
no.
he
I don't.
just
I mean,
puts his
I want to watch him put the ball at risk for the reward. I feel like every single time that he plays
you think he
football,
plays it safe?
I think he
You
plays
think
it
he plays
safe.
it safe?
Yeah, I think he plays it safe. I mean, I don't think you consistently only throw 4 interceptions. Not playing it like
You you think Aaron Rodgers, back to back MVP
mhm.
of the league, plays it safe?
Compare
Who's been to
compared to
multiple NFC championships
sure.
in the past 3 years?
How many Super Bowls has he been to in his career?
Just one,
All right, and how many has Patrick Mahomes been?
three,
Nah,
two,
2.
two.
But I'm like,
He's 1 for 2.
yeah, I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes is better than Aaron Rodgers in his career. I'm just saying that it is clear to me, like when if you're looking at those two specifically, who risks it more when they play the game. Sometimes it bites them. I mean, it's just what it is. But I feel like again, Aaron Rodgers could play a little less safe. I'm not saying that he is so safe and he plays scared. I'm just saying I would love to watch him open it up because I don't know if I've actually ever.
You want the Jameis Winston effect. You want him
Yes.
to throw.
Yes.
You want him to throw for 30 touchdowns and have 30 interceptions. But at least that means he's moving the ball. At least that means
Imagine.
he's trying. Because
Imagine.
Aaron Rodgers right now isn't trying. He's
Imagine
not
a
trying.
65 touchdown season. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers threw 28 interceptions, but imagine if he threw 65 touchdowns. That's what he could.
Okay, so
That might be his
do
ceiling.
you know who currently has the record for most touchdown passes in a single?
I believe it is tied Peyton and Pat Mahomes.
It is not.
Really?
So Peyton Manning has the number 1 spot at 55. The next after that, the next highest
Is
is
it
Tom
Brady?
Brady and Patrick Mahomes. They're tied at 50. So Peyton Manning is at the very
The
top with
sheriff?
a 5. The sheriff, the big forehead sheriff, Woody, he's at the very top with a 5 touchdown lead. So you want Aaron Rodgers to just come in and after what? I think he has 3 MVPs
Attempt to
now.
obliterate it.
You just want him to throw 60.
You know,
I think that's fair.
it's kind of sad though
I
too.
think that's very reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, like he's the best of all time, right? Like everyone will say that.
He's not the best of all time. He's very
well,
athletic. He's very talented. He's not the best of all time.
well,
He's not the
I
GOAT.
mean, honestly, even if you told him, like, if his trainer and the coaches were like, "Let her rip. We're gonna try to get you 65 touchdowns regardless," he would be like, "No, I want a Super Bowl." Like, not there's so few players in the world who would ever. Yeah, that unattainable stat. They just want a Super
I also have to say, Andrew, that Aaron Rodgers is number 5 on this list. He's tied at 48 touchdowns this season. He did that in 2020. So he's not even that far down the list.
No,
So
I'm just saying that his ratio is so crazy, with the high amount of touchdowns, low amount of interceptions. Do you think that the low amount of interceptions are because he plays it safe? Well, some of the answer is yes.
don't think that. I never watch Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like,
You
he
never
plays
watch
it
it.
too
So are
safe.
you gonna argue with me about this by starting your conversation with "I never watch Aaron Rodgers"?
Well, Andrew, that's not the sentence I said. I said I've never watched Aaron Rodgers. Wait for it, and thought he's playing it too safe.
I
So you have to let me finish my sentence because I've never watched him and thought this guy's playing it safe. He needs to be more aggressive, like Jameis Winston, and throw 30 interceptions in a season. The dude has thrown 48 touchdowns in a season. He's number 5 on the most touchdowns in a single season. He just won MVP back to back. He's been to multiple NFC championships in a row. I get it. He's only been to one Super Bowl and he's won that Super Bowl.
Sure.
I don't think it's fair to say
It's
that he is playing it safe. I think it's more fair to say, why don't you give him more receivers? I know he's got, obviously he's got one really solid receiver, Devontae Adams, but that's it. And the big stat around Aaron Rodgers is that he what was the stat with the
I
first
think he's
round
only ever
wide
thrown like
receivers?
one touchdown to a first round.
That's insane. Yeah, I mean the Green Bay hasn't done I don't think their fair share of recruiting wide receiver talent.
And,
So maybe that's how he breaks the record, not not throwing more interceptions.
again, I'm not saying that because whatever. It's funny we started this
You're a
off talk.
fool,
It's funny
Andrew.
we started
You're a
this off talking about Aaron
fool.
Rodgers because he's technically not even a free agent. He's on this list.
You put him at the very top of the
He's
list.
on the list because he put into his contract that he gets traded if he so desires.
We wasted 10 minutes on talking about a non-free agent.
That was fucking phenomenal. So if he were to be traded, let's just say that there's nothing holding him back, right? Where would you want him to go to? One, see him reach his highest potential. Where would you want him to go to be like, just stay away from me, like get out of Green Bay? Like, what's his case?
I definitely don't want him to go to Pittsburgh. Let me just
Sure.
say that right now. I don't want him anywhere near the AFC East. Okay, I genuinely am content with him staying in Green Bay for the rest of his career. I truly am.
Sure.
I think that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. Have him dominate and own the Bears twice a season. That's fantastic. If he wants to go to a team that probably would elevate him to that 55 touchdown in a season, give him to the 49ers. Jimmy G,
That
trade Jimmy G, get Aaron Rodgers. 49ers have a sick offense.
and do you think if you're the 49ers, it would be worth trading Jimmy G and Trey Lance?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
I do.
a
I do. I
unit
mean,
just to take a
you have
2 year deal.
yeah, I was
Yeah, I
just
think
about to
that's
say 2 years of Aaron Rodgers when the 49ers have been to the Super Bowl recently and been, deep in the playoffs this year.
yeah.
Yeah, this year they were
I
deep
think
in the
that'd be
playoffs.
worth it too. It would be a super fresh hell if the Packers were gonna just trade you to the Cowboys and he has to go play with Mike McCarthy and just do it up again.
Yeah, but imagine, I mean, yeah, Mike McCarthy, but imagine Aaron Rodgers with all that wide receiver. I mean, the
Sure.
Cowboys are stacked at wide receiver. I mean, they might be the most wide receiver stacked team in the entire NFL.
Think about it. Yeah.
CD Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. I Those 3 guys are studs. You have Zeke on the ground. I mean, I think
Tony Pollard.
it's a stacked
Yeah, no, I
offense.
mean, I think that their
A
offense
great
and I like Dak too. I think that whole offense is pretty damn. I think it's just
their offensive
efficient
line is
and
offensive
defense.
line's pretty good too.
All right. Deshaun Watson's next on the list. Again, he's not technically a free agent, but like out, gonna trade him.
I thought he's going to jail. Why are we talking about him?
Where'd you hear he was going to jail?
Deshaun Watson?
Uh-huh. Are you from the future?
Okay, so where was he this past season?
Not playing football.
Why was he not playing football?
Well, I mean, he had the sexual conduct allegation, but I'm saying like,
Do people not go to jail for that for
I
sexual
mean,
misconduct?
I mean, not for allegations. They go for being
Well,
convicted,
then,
but like he hasn't
yeah,
been
I
convicted.
agree.
Now, do
Yeah,
you
no,
agree?
that's
Because you're looking
completely.
at me like you think that if
No,
I
no,
say
no,
that
no.
you sexually assaulted me, you should never play football and you should go to jail.
No, listen. Innocent until proven guilty. That's why we have the justice system. Okay. So, listen. I'm not saying he did the things that he's being accused of, but he also didn't play this season. So
Well, I mean, to be fair, if
I don't
they,
think he's going to jail.
yeah.
I don't think he's going to jail. But I don't. I mean, is he going to play? Is he going to have a career?
So what they did during the beginning of the season when they had the 22 women like formed that lawsuit against they were actually going to do.
22, Andrew.
Well, here's the thing: they were gonna like do the legal proceedings earlier, like a couple of months ago, but the lawyers on Deshaun's side said, "Hey, don't do that. Push it back. We want to depose every single person." They ended up doing that. They got to talk to everyone they wanted to, and then April
Dispose.
So
Dispose.
so I'm
Not
curious.
depose. Dispose. Dispose. Like dispose of. You dispose of a
No,
person.
no,
You don't
that's
depose of them.
that's
That doesn't
a
even make
witness
any
tampering.
sense.
What you're
You dispose of them
hearing.
so they can never talk again.
See,
You dispose of their
this
bodies.
is the thing with you. I can never tell if I'm having a stroke or if you're just an idiot. Like it's sometimes it's really hard. Like I'm like, do I smell toast in my own fucking house? All
That's
right.
a sign of a genius.
These next four guys.
Einstein.
So Cam Newton is probably done. He has not. I don't think he's announced his retirement, but whatever. Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think he's gonna do something with TV. He also has not announced yet. I don't think, but and then Andy Dalton and Tyrod Taylor are both free agents. They'll land back.
Who cares?
Yeah, they'll land back.
Who cares?
Um,
Now, Jameis, baby. Famous Jameis.
Jameis is interesting because he could have landed in Tampa Bay.
Interesting.
Can you imagine?
Interesting. Where would he go? Holy shit. That scared the shit out of me, dude. That just scared the shit out of me.
What?
Some woman just walked behind Robbie and stared directly into the camera, and it scared the shit out of me.
That's stuff. I was looking at you, and I was like, "Are you just super
Dude.
scared of Jameis Winston?" I didn't understand.
No, dude, that like was kind of like from like a horror movie, like just like we're all just talking and like, yo, watch out, there's someone behind you. That was scary. Okay. Sorry about that. Robbie, that you know this person, right? That's not a ghost or a serial killer that
I think you're the only one scared right now.
Okay. So, Jameis is not going to Tampa Bay.
Probably not.
He's going to the Carolina Panthers. He's going to be your quarterback.
That is like that would make me want to hurt. But I just can't imagine a world where we bit on the Sam Darnold contract, and now we have no pick, like no second round pick because we traded, and we have a shit quarterback now. We still have Matt Rule on the hook for I want to say another 5 years, which we'll probably buy him out of his contract. But we have a really young defense, and all our offensive weapons are going to want to phase down. And if we draft a quarterback this year, because the quarterback class is not very strong, I will be extremely upset. Justin Fields, who I didn't think looked very great for the Bears. However, with Mitch,
he's a rookie,
Fields, right? Well,
he's a rookie. Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Honestly, with Nagy there now gone, I would really like to see.
He's working at McDonald's, right?
They do write him checks. That I could say.
I think he works at McDonald's now. He's a cashier.
Jameis Winston,
head cashier.
I think Jameis Winston could definitely end up like they could take him on a 1-year deal in Pittsburgh. I really do think like there's no
I'm
way
fine with that.
there's no
I'm
way
actually
that
totally fine with that.
even if he went 30 for 30 again, he's gonna be better than either of the options we got there. He could also end up on the Washington or on the Commanders. I think the Commanders are a really interesting landing spot. I think. Kobe Brissett, he'll
Pour
probably.
one out. Pour one out for the Washington football team. To be honest, I like the name. I like
It
the
stuck
name
with me.
Washington football team.
It's gonna take a
I
long
like it
time to
better
get me
than
to beat.
Commanders.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Commanders either, and I feel like the reason it's Commanders is because it's like paying whatever you come up with.
The commies, baby.
Jacoby Brissett and Teddy Bridgewater, whatever, they'll get backup gigs. Marcus Mariota is interesting because he's been a backup for a while, for like 2 or 3 seasons. I want to say with Rodgers.
Yeah,
It's he in the
he's
game
still a
that
backup.
well in the
He's still a
game that he got
backup.
to play when he was healthy for the Raiders.
The one game.
Yeah,
The
when
one game
it
he was
looked,
healthy
yeah,
for.
it looked good, and he looked good even before he got hurt in the second game. But that's not a huge sample size, and I don't know who's gonna. I mean, if he takes minimum or something, like I don't know, maybe a 1-year prove it deal. I think there's a market out there for him right now with like quarterback retiring and people hurt. And then Mitchell Trubisky, he's the guy I would really like to sign in Carolina. I want to give him a.
No, you
I
don't.
do, I
Stop
do,
it.
and then
Andrew, you're insane. You
I'll
want
tell
to
you
give
why.
Mitch Trubisky a starting spot in
Yeah,
Carolina?
I would give him a shot, and I'll tell you why.
You know what? I hope that happens because I would love to just watch you wallow
No,
for
no, no,
the
no, no.
entire season in pain as your starting quarterback, aka Mitch Trubisky, the chosen one, the number 2 overall pick, is a big old fat dud because he's not a good quarterback. And yes, I know he had Matt Nagy as his fucking coach. I still don't think he's a good quarterback. I think he's got a good arm. That's about it. I think he'll probably just be a backup for the rest of his career. And where is he now? In Buffalo? He's the backup in Buffalo.
He is a buff. Well, he's a free agent, but
Well, you know what I mean,
right,
Andrew.
right.
Obviously, this is the free agent segment, so obviously we're all talking
all
about
I'm
free agents.
all
I
I'm
understand.
gonna say is Sam Darnold's best season was 19 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Mitchell Trubisky, 24 touchdowns, 12. He was playing with Matt Nagy, and even if we grab Mitch Trubisky and we're like we would rather play you, Sam Darnold sucks. We're not going to be in any different of a spot. I'd rather give him. I'm in because he'll be cheap, and if he's good, we can sign him. We can extend.
I'm sorry. I didn't listen to a word you said because, again, I'm staring at Robbie's screen.
Oh my
and I
God.
know, why am I even staring at Robbie's screen again after it scared the fuck out of me? Okay. But Robbie's doing something over there. It's like he's making something. I've seen him pour 3 different containers into something off screen. Are you cooking? Are
Did you
you
know?
making an elixir?
I'm making chicken wings.
Are you in
Chicken
a
wing night.
While on the podcast.
I'm at home. I'm multitasking.
I love it. I love the move. You're in your kitchen right now? You're
I am in my kitchen.
You
You're
know
just
you can.
Well, I poured everything. I got my my brother to mix everything.
Can I see it? Let's see the wings. What do they look like?
I mean, they're in a bowl right now, but
Yeah, baby.
put those on a pan, cook them for 45. We'll be in business.
Medium
That's
rare
okay.
chicken.
I'm glad I
baby.
brought this up because that looks delicious.
You know you can make napalm by boiling.
Yes, I did, Andrew, and it's a very weird time to bring that up in this current day, in this current climate. That's very insensitive of you, to be honest. Very insensitive.
There's an animated video on YouTube. This old YouTuber like we used to work for. He was talking about when he was a kid. There was something called the Anarchist Cookbook on the internet, and
I have to fucking hear you talk about this goddamn Rooster Teeth dude. Is this the same dude where you go to the dentist?
yeah, it
and
is.
He would like,
when he's like, they used to use ether to put you out to take out your wisdom.
yeah.
And the story is,
It sounded like bees.
yeah,
It sounded like a hive.
they went to get because this was I don't remember what year it was. Wild, 40s, something like that.
How
1950s.
old is this guy?
I mean, at the time of the story, he was in his late 40s, early 50s.
Wait, what?
Maybe it was. I think it was maybe 1960 something was when he was a child.
Okay. Okay.
But either
I thought you
way,
said 1940s. I thought you just said 1940s.
no. Well, I was
That's
saying,
that's World War II, baby.
no, in 1940s, that's when they would they were really big on using. But when he went to the dentist, or sorry, you didn't used to go to the dentist. Dentists would make house calls. They'd show up and they would take your wisdom teeth out. But if you had more than one kid, sometimes the dentist would be like, "Hey, like I'm here. Do you want me to just knock them all and like get all the wisdom teeth?" Parents would go like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, 2 for 1." And he's like, "All right, well, I guess I'm getting my wisdom teeth out." Put a rag with ether over his face to like knock him out. He's like, "It sounds like 1,000 bees," and then everything goes.
BOGO, baby. BOGO wisdom teeth.
Listen, anyway, that's it. That's it for QBs.
Oh, goody.
Yeah,
Goody.
just for
Where did we
you.
land on Mitch Trubisky?
He's
Going
great.
to Carolina?
Yeah, I'd be good with that. I mean, like, you just what?
You're a clown, dude. You're just a clown.
Listen,
A clown, and you'll forever be haunted by the 2015 Super Bowl. That's as close as you guys are gonna ever get. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even want that for you. I just know that's the truth. You guys are so far from 2015. It, I
how many
sure
how many
get
Super
Mitch
Bowls
Trubisky.
have the Ravens been? They've won the one with they've been to
They're
2.
2 for 2. They're 2 for 2. One, 2001, and then 2012.
Panthers are 0 for 2, and I would say that neither of them count because we lost to Tom Brady. What are you gonna
We beat the Giants in the first one, Super Bowl 35, and then we beat the 49ers, Super Bowl 47.
All right, wide receivers. The top 3 no-brainers: Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Devontae Adams. They're gonna keep Devontae Adams in Green Bay if they keep Aaron Rodgers. That's just that. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, I could see things getting shaken up for Devontae Adams. Like, there are rumors that he wants to go back to Vegas, play with Derek Carr. There are rumors that he wants the bag, which I wouldn't blame him. He's been trying to get a ring. He's getting get a huge contract. Allen Robinson's weird though because he had a really shitty year last year, but
Yeah, he didn't have a great year.
dude, he had Justin Fields throwing him the ball, Matt Nagy's offense. Didn't want to sign the franchise tag, and they franchise tagged him, so it was either he sits for the year or he plays. I mean, they kind of wrote him out of the offense toward the end of the season. There are rumors that he was trying very hard. He was trying. What that does to his value now, it's all over the. He could be Allen Robinson 2 years ago and just kill it with a new team. He could be cashing it. He could be like, kind of done. Play it out.
I'm trying to think where I could see him end up. Uh, eh,
If he wants a
I don't
ring,
really-
Buffalo would be. If he's willing to be like, I'll be at 2.
There's no way he's willing to, and honestly, he might not even be a 2. He might be a 3. Gabriel Davis
Yeah,
has shown he looked really good. Obviously, the last playoff game of the year where he had 3 touchdowns and
He's got
broke
that
like a
potential.
playoff record. But he's young. Then you have Stephon Diggs,
Stephon
and then
Diggs
you have
kind of. I mean, he's still Stephon Diggs and he's great.
he's still Stephon Diggs, and
But
I
man,
have
he
him
had-
in Dynasty. Don't fud me.
Okay, but that's you're a great person to ask this. Then, like, what did you think of his fantasy performance last year?
I mean, he had a solid floor, but his ceiling could have been better. Like
Sure.
I feel like was still what like a top 20 wide receiver. So I mean, I don't know. I would he's what 27.
Yeah, about that age.
So he's still got a few years before 30. Once he hits 30, that's when I'm probably going to be looking to.
And then Chris Godwin plays for the Bucks, but they tagged him last year. They're not gonna do it this year. Unless they could convince Brady to come back, which happened.
Juju. You want to talk about Juju?
I don't
He's highlighted in your spreadsheet. He's highlighted.
I don't
Let's
know
talk about
what
Juju, Andrew.
I don't know what he's gonna do because
He's going to retire and he's going to become a pro gamer,
like
pro
Marquise
esports gamer.
like Marquise Hollywood Brown.
I-
Did you see those rumors last week? Maybe it was
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
I think I saw a tweet, but I didn't give it much merit.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing that's like in today's age, it really sucks because there are Twitter accounts where if you see something tweeted, you can just look at the account and go, okay. There are some accounts though where like you see something tweeted and you're like, this was tweeted 3 minutes ago. Is this breaking news or I'm like, is
Yeah.
this like
It can go either way. And then you have some Twitter accounts that change their names to make them look
yeah,
official so that they can catfish you and like basically make you look like a fucking moron.
send a thing to your
Those are
group
the
chat.
best. those those are the best.
But Juju is interesting because he had a really, really good rookie and an awesome sophomore. And then he's kind of been down after that with injuries, he's surgery. He had offers to play for the Chiefs and the Ravens last year, but he signed the 1-year deal with Steelers again to try to run it back. He loves Pittsburgh. He said that over and over and over, but they don't have a quarterback. I don't know if they can afford you. They don't have because he's not going to be cheap.
Yeah, and honestly, they have Claypool and they have
Right?
yeah, Johnson, who well, he was great. He's been dropping a lot of passes later in the season. Both Claypool and Deontay Johnson, they kind of fell off. I
I
don't
mean, I think
know.
Deontay Johnson has been much better this year than last year. Last year he had the most drop passes. Now, granted, the last year he had what's his name? Mason Rudolph throwing passes. So
Right.
I don't know.
Then they have Fryermuth, whatever the new
At
tight end.
Fryermuth.
Look, he
No,
had a
he
really
looked
good
good too.
season. I don't
God,
know.
I want to know. I want
I
to find
see
out what
Juju moving on. I see him moving on.
would you want him to. I mean, again, he's
Bring him
kind
to
of
Baltimore. Bring him to Baltimore. Why not?
sure. Yeah, I mean, if he'd be happy there, I think that could be good. I could be. Manuel Sanders, AJ Green, Sammy Watkins, whatever. So AJ Green might not even find a spot. I mean, they're wide receiver teams. Take his pick.
Sammy was okay in Baltimore, but I'm kind of okay moving on without him. We still have obviously Hollywood, who has had issues dropping the fucking football. As infuriating as he is, he's made some really sick catches. He's literally one of the most inconsistent pass catchers in the NFL. And then we have Bateman, obviously, who
Yeah,
we
he's
just drafted in the first round. He looked great, although he
I'm
had
excited.
some injury issues.
All right. Mike Williams had a pretty damn good season, all things considered.
There's a
Normally,
lot of there's a lot of wide receiver free agents, like good wide receiver
right?
free agents.
I'm really curious. It's tough because in it, this is a year where not only are there a lot of wide receivers, but the top three are clearly and far and beyond top. No one's going to make a move until those guys get signed because you're
Yeah,
not
they'll
going to
kind of set the stage.
right, and you're not going to want to blow your. Not that you wouldn't want Juju, but like if you had a shot at Devontae Adams and then blew your load on Juju early. So,
Yeah.
now the another one like Mike Williams and Christian Kirk both. Like, apparently, Christian Kirk went on vacation with Josh Allen. There's a shot that he can make.
Look, I don't I mean,
I mean,
maybe, yeah.
to me, I mean, it sucks from a fantasy perspective, and maybe if you're like a fan of teams that aren't Buffalo, but if I'm looking every year watching Josh Allen play football, I'm just gonna want to put as much talent around that guy as possible, as you can when he's prime. Right now, you know, blow the bank, put everything you can around him. Don't win a Super Bowl. Well, blow it up,
I
try
know,
one more
but
time.
okay, but look at their top 3 receivers. I mean, we just talked about Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis, but I mean, Emmanuel Sanders is there too, and you have Cole Beasley for the slot. You
Sanders,
have Dawson Knox.
Emmanuel Sanders, unless they re-sign him.
Oh, he is?
Yep,
I didn't see him.
yep.
Oh, wait, did we just talk about him?
Oh well, I said that like he could be same with AJ Green and Sammy Watkins. They'll be
We kind of glossed over it. Yeah, yeah, okay. All right.
but then Odell is the
Got
mystery.
his ring.
Yeah, well he's
He
the
got his ring.
mystery cherry on top of what we got here because with fucking Rams, I mean, he's a free
Why
agent.
wouldn't you?
I mean,
Why wouldn't you?
he looked really good all like the whole back half of the season, and he was having a hell of a game in the Super Bowl. Yeah, so if there's a wide receiver needy team out there that we want to pay you wide receiver one money, I don't know if I would blame him, but
I think he's got a nice look. He's been ripped apart by the media and being a bad teammate and being a bad locker room influence with the Giants and then the Browns. And it kind of looked like it was not going to work out for him no matter where he went. Then he went to the Rams and he actually had success and they went to the Super Bowl. Then they won the Super Bowl and he scored a touchdown and it actually looked like it worked. I would just stay there. I mean, once you found something, unless you want more money, just stay. That was a good gig. That was a good gig. Just stay with the Rams. Stay with Stafford. Yes, I'm a Stafford believer now.
Let's
Congrats.
go.
You've converted me. I have his fucking jersey. Fuck him. Fuck the Rams, but whatever. If I'm Odell, I am happy
Yep.
in LA.
I got it. DJ Chark is on this list only because he got injured.
DJ Chark.
He was really hot
DJ
2
Chark.
years ago.
DJ Chark. DJ Chark.
I don't know.
Mama Chark.
I don't know if he's worth the hassle or like what you might have to pay him in any. I mean, that whole offense is a complete dump. Trevor Lawrence did not look. They had a horrible coach. They had a horrible but I
thought Urban Meyer was great.
okay. Good.
I smell toast.
I was just gonna say this one toast. All right.
Can we rename our podcast and it's just I Smell Toast podcast?
Running back, free agent number 1, Melvin Gordon. I'm pretty sure the Broncos played pretty dang.
Why not?
I mean,
the
he played pretty
Broncos
well.
suck. Let them take him.
Well, but they also had that rookie who played really well. A lot of people are really upset. David Johnson, whatever. Leonard Fournette is very.
Can we just talk real quick since you brought up him? How much of a cliff David Johnson's fallen off in the past 2 years? Because he used to be the creme de la creme, the top of the food chain. Okay. I remember you talking about him in fantasy, and he was from Iowa. We were really excited about him. And then he kind of just disappeared.
This is the last awesome.
I think it was 2019. He was with the Cardinals, right?
Yep. Then he broke his wrist. Then he came back and should be fine. Wrist is necessary. 2016, he had an amazing year, and then 2017 he broke his wrist. 2018 and had a pretty okay year, but I mean, when he had half the touchdown, 300, never been.
Yeah, never mind. 2019, he only had 345 rushing yards.
It was 2016.
Fuck.
Which is, I mean, like, he just wasn't durable enough to make it last. Kind of sucks for him. Catch at running speed.
Jesus, dude. Hold on. He had 2,000. Well, he had 2,100 total yards. He had 800. He had 800 receiving yards to 1,200 rushing yards season. That's insane. Yeah, dude. That's a great season.
So Leonard Fournette, also a free kind of journey. If I'm Leonard Fournette, there's only one place. I know I keep saying this. Only one place.
Baltimore.
The Bills. They don't have any good.
Oh my God.
They don't have any good running back. I mean,
You're right, though. You're right.
And
No,
that's part of their game they're missing.
Yeah, no, the Bills' run game sucks and kind of always has for at least the past 3 years.
Can't be like, as I'm looking at all the destinies.
Singletary. No thanks.
I just can't imagine. I mean, I guess if he wants something, or like if he wants money, Philip Lindsay.
Well, I was just going to bring up Ronald Jones too, since you have him highlighted, and they both play for Tampa Bay, and they both have kind of been splitting time, except for Leonard Fournette obviously winning out this past year. What are they going to do? What happens if both of them leave? Is Tampa Bay just going to be without Tom Brady and both their running backs?
They'll have Keyshawn Vaughn, but I mean, I just honestly, that whole team is going to do a rebuild. I think. Again, if they convince Tom to come back, different ball game. I don't think. Philip Lindsay will probably end up a backup somewhere. Cordero Patterson.
Coradell.
Nope.
Coradell.
So
B3T. That's a shout out to B3T sports analyst Alec, by the way. He
So-
probably doesn't even listen to this show anymore, so fuck him. But anyway,
he kind of fell. He fell off.
who? B3T sports analyst Alec?
No, Cordero.
He had a great first half of the year. I was a fantasy owner and I would know he was lighting it up. Top 3 running back. And then you're right, yeah, he fell off, but so did the Falcons. The Falcons just kind of blow.
Well, and it's Cordero Patterson's history for sure. Kind of guy. Pay a lot of money to carry you to the promised land. Running backs in general. If you knew, like, if you were getting from him what you got, like in the big games, you would be looking at Christian McCaffrey. You really would. And the idea that he would get there so late in his career, not crazy, but pretty.
It's a good story, Andrew. It's a nice comeback story.
So he's a free agent, and if somebody wants to use him the way that
come to Baltimore, Cordell.
Actually,
I'm serious.
That I might be able to get behind, like somewhere where he can be a legitimate part of a committee backfield. Actually, yeah.
I mean, we signed Le'Veon, we got rid of Le'Veon. We obviously didn't have Gus Edwards or J.K. Dobbins the entire season. I mean, come to Baltimore.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert, he's dirt. He's old. He's turning dust.
Why do you even have him on this list?
There aren't many running back free agents who are like still out and about.
Andrew, I don't. Oh wait, J.D. McKissick.
Yeah,
J.D. McKissick. I like some J.D. McKissick.
I hope the Commanders keep him. I think he's a good outlet, especially for.
I still can't get used to that word. The Commanders.
Yeah.
When you say it, my brain smells toast.
You think soccer?
Well, no, it's. I know. I think toast. I think toast when you say
it. James Conner. He was really good for the Pittsburgh Steelers for a lot of years, and then he kind of faltered. And then he played for the Cardinals, and I want to say he rushed. Maybe he rushed for the most touchdowns this year, like rushing wise.
Yeah, but that's only because Chase Edmonds was hurt.
Well, and that's what I don't think that that's sustainable. I mean, touchdowns are not a sticky stat. I mean, I don't know how many red zone targets or red zone attempts he got. Maybe high percentage based on the league average, but I'm not buying in on this being like an awesome pick. I mean, maybe if somebody can get him in the right system, but even like the Bills, if they were like, "Ooh, we could get rid of Singletary or Zach Moss and get James Conner," I don't think that's so. I don't know where he's going to find him.
I don't want him in Baltimore. Andrew. I want Cordell Patterson, or Fournette. I'd be happy with either two of them.
I don't think Fournette would go to.
Well, you don't know shit, Andrew. He could want to be with the MVP of the 2019 season, Lamar Jackson.
All right, tight ends. Man, everyone's super old. So we have Zach Ertz, who is a free agent, who looked better than he has in the past couple of years.
Well, he looked good in Arizona. Right. He didn't look good in Philly. I think that was a good trade.
I think it's a Philly problem.
Yeah, well, probably. But yeah, he looked pretty good with the Cardinals. I don't see why he wouldn't re-sign, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking
Max
about.
Max Williams might be the reason, because Max Williams was the.
Oh, you highlighted Max Williams.
Sure
good. Yeah, no,
because he was the tight end for the Cardinals before he got hurt and went down, and they made the Zach Ertz trade. Max Williams is good. He's young. I'm curious to see what their decision will be. I don't think it would be bad if they kept Zach Ertz. I mean, they could run more tight end person, but and then there's Jimmy Graham. He's only on this list because he's a free agent tight end. Pretty much.
Well, did you know that Jimmy Graham played basketball in college?
Shut up. Jimmy Grandpa. Fucking
yeah, he's old, and you know who's also old is Rob Gronkowski, who I don't know what's he gonna do now that his best friend, his BFF, is gone.
He's quoted as saying, "There's only one QB that he wants to play for." And
Is it Josh Allen?
It's Joe Burrow.
Oh my god, dude.
I know, and everyone's like, he's ring
I
chasing.
kind of like that.
Well, I kind of like it too, and everyone's like, oh, he's ring.
Why
chasing.
would he be ring
That's
chasing?
what I'm
He already
saying.
he already has 4 rings.
Like at this point,
Three or 4.
yes. Thank you.
I think he has 3 with the Pats and 1 with Tampa. I'm almost positive he
I
has
think it's
3 with
4.
the Patriots.
Rob Gronkowski, yep, he has 4.
Ring chasing my ass, dude.
Well, and maybe he's looking for money too. I mean, I'm sure he's not going to take a Rob Gronkowski, but
Yeah,
at
but
this point,
why?
he's just going to be having fun. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. He just wants to have fun. He wants to be on a good team. That's not ring chasing. And let's be honest for a second. Let's just be completely honest. The Bengals are not going back to the Super Bowl anytime soon. I truly believe that. I think this was their one shot,
You
and I
think
don't
this is
think
their
they're
one
getting.
shot?
I think this is their one shot with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I genuinely believe that was their one shot. I mean, you have super teams like the Chiefs, and it's
Yeah, but
just so hard to get to the Super Bowl, Andrew. The Chiefs made it twice in the past, 4 years of their dynasty. The AFC is going to be a monster of a division. I mean, of a league. It's just it. I genuinely think they blew their shot, and I'm sorry. It's probably going to hurt people. It's probably going to
it's
hurt
gonna.
people in Cincinnati. It's going to hurt people. I don't think they're going back there anytime soon.
All right. Yeah, I didn't do positional here, but just defensive players. The big one.
Thank you for not doing divisional. I mean,
Positional.
thank you for not doing positional defensive players. Thank you.
Von Miller is a big one.
Let him retire.
I mean, well, here's the
got
thing:
3.
the Rams.
He's got 3.
The Rams said that they're going to bring everybody back. That's like they want to bring everyone back. So, which I don't go for it if you think you can do it, but that would mean they're going to bring Von Miller back. Chandler Jones is also going to be a free agent. That one's interesting. I don't know how good that defense would be, the Arizona defense. And I think Watt is there for another year or so. Tyrann Matthew.
Bring him to Baltimore.
Just bring
him to
everyone to
Baltimore.
Baltimore, huh?
No, not everyone. I said I didn't want James Conner. I said I didn't want James Conner. That's about it. Everyone else can come. Everyone else can come.
And then my other big one here is just Kyle Fuller. And if your team cornerback, I mean Kyle Fuller is good. I cannot believe
Come to Baltimore.
I can't believe the
Come to
Bears let him go. But that's
We actually have 2 really good corners, Marcus.
what do their ACLs work?
Humphrey. Hopefully by next year. Hopefully they do. I'm really hoping they do. Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, he's a free agent. He's the one missing a finger.
Yeah, because of the fireworks incident for 4th of July.
Don't play with fireworks.
T's and P's to JPP.
I can't believe
T's and P's to JPP.
I cannot believe you're like a professional athlete.
I mean, just could you imagine just like going to the coach? I know it happened in the off season, but still, like going to training camp and being like, "Hey, coach,
finger.
Yeah, hey, like I'm still good to play football, but yeah, I don't have fingers to like
I can't call
grip
signs
anyone."
Somebody else
I
got
mean,
to call the defense.
Oh man, dude. Oh man.
It's it's crazy how like when the helmet radios are turned off, like how they'll communicate from the sideline. How many kind of yeah. When we coached Powder Puff in high school, we had 6 giant like poster boards cut into 4 sections. Whoa.
Who let you teach children? Who let you around children? I
No,
wouldn't let you anywhere near them.
First of all, not kids. This isn't what you think. Powder Puff flag football. Do you know what that is?
No, no, of course I don't. Powder Puff?
Oh, you went to private school, didn't you? Like you went to an all male.
Of course I went to private school. Of course I went to an all boys preparatory school.
Oh, okay. So this
course.
makes sense. I forgive you then. Okay. So
I didn't ask for anything. I didn't
so
ask for anything.
Is during homecoming, there's the big pep rally, there's a homecoming football game and blah blah. And
we had that.
And they do right. And they do like homecoming activities. One of the activities is there is a Powder Puff football game where the football team, the seniors, and then the juniors, they both take the female classmates who like to participate, and they play flag football out on the field, like under the lights.
This is sexist as fuck, dude. This is so sexist.
They have a men's volleyball tournament as well. like where they coached.
Oh my god, dude, so
Uh-huh.
problematic. So you're gonna get canceled in 10
Yeah,
years.
I'm gonna get canceled.
You're get No, you are. You're gonna get canceled for coaching children, women, and calling it powder puff. You're gonna like send a tweet and be like,
women.
I
What?
don't- Listen, hold on.
You smell toast?
I always smell toast, but listen, you're totally going to like tweet like in 10 years, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, this brings me back to the days where I taught or I coached powder puff girls in high school," and you're gonna get canceled on the spot. You're
Uh-huh.
gonna get so canceled on the spot. They're gonna be like, "Oh, of course, women would be called powder puff," and you're gonna be canceled on the spot. You're done. And our president Putin is probably gonna have to execute you. That's 10 years in the future.
I think that's it for the podcast. I think all time. I think this might be the last episode.
That's
Grapefruit.
what a
Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city,